today we're going to talk about the warm-up, what we see amateurs not do that they should do every single time, and how we get ourselves ready to actually go play golf. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to Maverick Performance Golf. If we have not met yet, my name is Ryan. I am a PGA golf professional and owner at Maverick Performance Golf. We're not just a YouTube channel, we also teach here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today we're talking about warm-up and why it's so important. I can't tell you how many times I see this on the lesson tee looking down the other end, the warm-up side or the practice side, and you see people walking down all the time. Spiderweb. There's a spiderweb attached to me. I see people walking down all the time with this, 3 golf clubs, that's it. So warm up is more than just warming up. It's understanding a lot of different things. You see guys coming down with a driver, a 7-iron or an 8-iron, and a 56-degree sand wedge. That's it. You need more than this. I promise you that. So let's talk about why warm up is important. Obviously, you have the basic. Warm up is important because we need to be ready to play golf, loosen up our body, get ready to play. And that is exactly right. We don't want to not loosen up and not do those things. But with that being said, it's more than that as well. In addition to warming up and loosening our muscles, we're also working on understanding our impact location. You know, it might be a cold morning, especially as we're starting to move into winter. It's going to take a little longer for our muscles to warm up. Well, if you've watched any of our beginning series, we talked about how important it is to get to our front foot and to transition and rotate up there. Well, on a cold morning, it's going to be harder to do that. So your ball position is also a big important thing. Flip the script to summer in Texas, it might be 105 degrees. You're gonna get loose faster and you're gonna get forward faster. So your ball position might be more spread out than it was initially coming back from that one step. So let's talk about the golf clubs we wanna hit going into it. All right, so we've talked a little bit about what we want to accomplish in the warm-up. So now how do we go about doing that? Again, don't just grab your driver, sit down and start wailing on golf shots, okay? Grab your 56 degree, 50 degree lob wedge, whatever. And first out of the gates, I just want you to take about 3 to 5 swings of nice and easy, just some little chip pitch shots. Just trying to make a good motion on the golf ball and make good solid contact. That's it. Then with that same club in your hand, work up to a full swing. Again, not trying to kill it still, but a nice full swing shot. And then hit a couple with that. So we are gonna move on. From there, my suggestion would be is alternate. So that way you're not wearing out your clubs all the time. So if, let's just say I had my 56 degree there, I'm gonna skip my pitching wedge and go to my 9-iron. Again, we're not trying to hit a ton of shots here, right? We're gonna hit about 5 or 6 shots with the 9-iron, get used to that. Again, a little longer club, a little heavier. So we want to hit a bunch of shots with a 9-iron, get nice and relaxed, get used to that. Feel, again, we're warming up, figuring out where the impact position is. So from 9, we're going to skip 8 and go to 7, hit a couple of shots with the 7, and I'm not going to do every single, maybe I will. So again, nice and easy with the 7-iron. We're taking the same line on everything. So now we're up to the 5, again, we're alternating. Now, here in a minute is where we're going to hit a few more shots. So the 5-iron is where we start to kind of really start to notice that it's a little harder to hit versus like a wedge or something along those lines. So we've hit a couple of 5-irons. Now we're going to skip the 4. Now this is where it gets a little bit dicey. From here on up, we're going to hit everything. So for me, that might be a 3-iron for you, a utility club, a hybrid. And if you are somebody that plays hybrids lower than your 3-iron or your 3 hybrid, or maybe you have a 5-wood or something like that, as soon as you hit your hybrids, as soon as you hit your utility irons, not your traditional iron set, I want you to hit everything, right? So for me, that's the Srixon ZX 3-iron, which is a 20-degree club. It's essentially my hybrid, but we're gonna do the same thing. Again, nice and easy swing, but we are gonna make that motion and hit the ball now. So we're gonna do that. This one we're gonna hit closer to 8 times. Reason being is that I wanna start doing more to loosen up. Now we move on to 3-wood. Okay, now if you notice I didn't skip anything here. Normally if in the skipping mode we go right to driver, but I don't. I went right to 3-wood. So we're gonna hit a few 3-woods now. Hopefully you don't hit them like that and turn them over. So again, get used to it. The biggest thing here as you start to get to these higher clubs, understand that ball position. You know, does it need to be a little further up? Does it need a little further back? Like that one went pretty left. I threw my hands at it. Maybe it was a little too far forward in my stance for the day. And understand those things. Then we go to the driver. This is where we adjust again. So the driver, we're gonna hit 10 drives with. Okay, just 10 nice, solid, easy drives. We're not trying to kill the ball, we're just trying to get loose again. But get that feeling right of the setup. Remember, if you go back to one of our driver videos, our setup's not like an iron, we're not right here. We need a little tilt back, right? We're trying to hit up on this one. So just a few iron, or a few driver shots, I mean. So I've already warmed up today, so I'm not gonna keep hitting, but you're gonna hit that shot now. What I want you to do is, by now you're probably nice and warm, I want you to go back down to that 56 or that 50-degree club, grab it, pick you a target, and I want you to start hitting a few shots at that target and just swing, right? This is now, we're normal, we're going on the golf course, getting ready to go on the golf course. We're just gonna swing this golf club. The goal here is to actually try and place that shot. So we're not worried about swing mechanics. We're not worried about any of those things. If you're worried about swing mechanics, the wrong time of day. That's a range session, that's practice, that's all of those things. We've tried to figure out where bottoming out position is. These types of things during your warm-up is so important. The very last thing we're gonna do, and this is what I like to do, that opening tee shot, number one. So here at Whitestone, that tee ball is a little bit of a right to left move. For me, it's a 3-wood, for some people it's a driver. Grab that club, I want you to envision that shot and hit that shot over and over until you're happy with it. When you're happy with it, then we're gonna move from that warm-up area from here, and we're gonna go to the chipping green and the putting green. And then we're gonna do something similar. We're not actually gonna go up there, you're just gonna hit some chips, get used to the speed of the green, especially when you start putting. That's super, super important, but get used to that speed and you're ready to go. Hopefully you found this helpful. Do me a favor, if it's your first time here and you like some of this information we're doing, hit the subscribe button, it'd mean a lot. Let me know how you warm up. Is there something that you would prefer to do than what I just said? This is what works for me. This is what I've noticed works for most people. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, get out, play better golf, but most importantly, have fun. See you next time.